Sorry to interrupt your video, but this is future me talking to you while you're watching this. And if you are struggling with a certain part of your IA, or you just need some way to check over your IA, we do personal one-on-one IA classes. So if you want your IA to get a check over, just to make sure you have all the requirements on the marks, makeITsimpleTT.com/register. Okay, cool. Back to the video. Question number 2. Right, so question number 2 is usually a question that has some sort of spreadsheet or database or something inside it, mixed with some theory, which I think is cool. The spreadsheet one in this paper I think was a little wicked, but that's okay, you'll make it. Complete the following table with 4 contrasting differences between an intranet and the internet. How cool is that? Oh, this is nice. Okay. The intranet is closed to the public. The internet is open to the public. The intranet is has what's called this word? Rules put in place by the company. The internet has no rules. But it has no rules put in place. Intranet is usually behind a firewall. The internet does not have a firewall. Well, behind a managed firewall, I'll put manage. The internet does not have a managed firewall. The intranet could, on an intranet, a company could, intranet could restrict access to certain sites. On the internet, there is no restriction. Of sites. Yeah. Essentially, an intranet is locked down and controlled by a company, usually. I see in your Geo, you say TCP and UDP. I really think UDP and TCP is a big thing. But, yeah. You can mention something about hacking. So behind a managed firewall, our intranet is harder to hack. Anything along the lines of the intranet is a lot more secure, but it's also locked down while the internet is open. Those answers should get you where you need to be. I don't see any problem with that there. I don't think they will push it too far with the answer. On the data capture form, a user enters a passport number and age. Identify one appropriate type of validation check, which could be used for each entry giving a reason. On a data capture form, a user enters passport number and age. Identify one appropriate type of validation check that could be used for each entry. Okay, so the passport number. Wait, this is 4 marks. Why they give only 1 line here and they give 2 lines here? Identify one type of check and giving a reason. So you have to write the check here or by the colon. Passport number could be data type check. Passport number would be a format and length check here, format and length. The specified format must be followed. Example, TT00125XX, something like that. Because a passport number usually has alphanumeric characters. So if you put data type check, that means the data type must be text. So you could put data type. I'll put the other ones that you could put. You could put data type. It must be text because it's alphanumeric. I don't think you could put range check for passport number because it's not a number. So format and length is also one because it has to have a particular format with the name of the country and then a bunch of numbers after. So format and length is probably what they were looking for. But they should accept data type check also, I guess. Yeah, I think so. I believe that makes sense. Yeah. All right, so for age should be a range check. The age should not exceed more than 3 digits. I mean, that's kind of weird because if you put a range check, yeah, actually better one for age will be data type check. It must be a number. That range check one hard to sell. I mean, you could sell the range checker, but it's very easy to be like data type. It must be a number. Always go for the more straightforward answer because that's the one the examiners will be looking for. Data type must be a number. Yeah, so you can put range into. Yeah. To the person in the chat asking how do you download the files that I wrote in, you'll get that in the Learn It app. Go to makeITsimpleTT.com/learnit, and I'll be posting all the PDFs of the past paper answers with my crapple-foot handwriting too. So download the Learn It app, and you'll see a section called PDFs. They're not all inside there yet, but by next week or week after, I should have all the PDFs with all the latest past paper answers inside there. That's if you could understand my handwriting. But it also has the videos of all the solutions too inside it. That app is your friend, I promise you. That app have everything that you need. And if you can't afford a crash course, the app is the next best thing. If you could afford a crash course, yeah, the crash course will give you every single thing you need from start to finish in one place. So you can check that out. Complete the following table with the missing description and term relating to computer misuse. Okay, so acquiring sensitive information for malicious reasons by deceiving a user through email, that is phishing. For sure, phishing. Hacking, however, is the unauthorized entry. Unauthorized, let's call this word, entry into a computer system with the intent to damage or steal information. Sensitive data. Yeah. That should be correct there. Cool. Part D, figure 1 shows quarter 1 sales as a worksheet. Okay. This is a spreadsheet question. Now the spreadsheet questions, they are getting a little bit out of hand from time to time because the amount of stuff that you're learning spreadsheets, it's starting to get a little intense, but that's okay. We smart. We could figure it out. Can't we? Of course we can. Let's see. So we have this table here that has it shows the total amount sold by each salesperson, and figure 2 is a 1D pivot table created from figure 1. Okay, so we have this table here, and then we have the pivot table here. So the pivot table is here and the sales here. So this here has a bunch of repeats. Whenever you have a bunch of repeats, that's perfect ground for a pivot table, because you could group all these people here, you could group all these people here, you could group all these people here, and your pivot table will basically be able to create groupings for you. You could group all the East people, you could group all the West people. That's the whole point of a pivot table. It takes repeated data and gives you the ability to sort it very easily. And of course, they sorted it by name first, and then, yeah. So let's see the questions that they ask. Okay. So this is the raw data. This is the summarized data. That's the point of a pivot table. It takes raw data and summarizes it, and allows you to be able to choose different things very easily. All right, describe the change you would make to the pivot table fields and dialog box in figure 3 to show a summary of the total amount sold by each region. So right now, they have salesperson as a row. You can clearly see that there's a row called salesperson here. But they want the total amount sold by region. So instead of choosing rows as salesperson, we will choose rows as, the first thing I do is change rows to region. Alright, so that means instead of selecting salesperson, we'll be selecting region. What's the next thing that they said? They want us to get show the summary of the total amount sold by each region. I guess change rows to region should be good. The value should be sum of values should be sum of order amount. Yeah, it should be the same. I can't see a reason why not. Yeah, it should still be order amount. Yeah, basically it's just one change. You want to change the rows to region. I guess that'll be the 2 marks there. I hope. Yeah. I described the change you'll make to the pivot table fields dialog box in figure to create the following. A 2D pivot table showing a summary with a column for each salesperson's monthly sales, January, February, and March, and the salesperson total amount sold. Oh-ho. Okay, so basically the pivot table has only 2 things in it right now. It has the name and it has the order amount. What they want is they want the name, they want the month, and they want the order amount. So that means we have to add a column. Because they want January, February, March. January, February, and March are a column. So you're definitely going to have to add a column. So you'll have add a column for month. Alright, that will get us the January, February, and March. Right, so you're adding a column for month, and that's all. Column for month, that should be the marks. Alright, number 3, write the formula for cell C17 of the worksheet, quarter 1 sales, to calculate the total of all order amounts in columns. All order amounts in column C, we're going to put it in cell 17, which is right here. That will be equal sum of C2 to C17, C2 to C16. Yeah, that should be equal sum C2 to C16. I believe so. Yeah, nothing hard there. Link the 1D pivot table in figure 2 with the worksheet quarter 1 sales in figure 1 by writing a formula in cell C1 of the pivot table to show the sum of all order amounts created for cell. The sum of all quarter amounts. Okay, so we just found the sum of all quarter amounts. Calculate the total of all order amounts. Now they want us to find the sum of all order amounts. Okay, so basically we just did something in cell C17 and they want us to link that to the next page. Or this way you have to use the exclamation mark. Yeah. So basically you want to put equal, what's the name of the sheet? The name of the sheet is quarter one sales. So we're looking at this right here. See this here? Quarter one sales. You have to reference that and it's going to reference it right inside here. So to reference another sheet, you have to put an equal sign and the name of the sheet and an exclamation mark. So it'll be equal quarter one sales. Quarter one sales, exclamation mark, and then the cell that you want to pull. And the cell that we want to pull is this cell here. We want to basically pull this information into this spot by referencing it. So equal quarter one sales, exclamation mark, C17. Perfect. 2 marks there. That's a nice question actually. Write a formula for cell C2 in figure 2 to be replicated through to C7 to calculate what percentage of the total order amounts in cell C1 is the salesperson's order amount in B1. Percentage is calculated by salesperson's order amount divided by the total order amounts multiplied by 100. Wait, that's one long paragraph to tell you to do some maths, but that's okay. We like maths, don't we? Yes, we do. We love maths. So the formula is going to be equal, for sure. So we're going from C2 down to C7. C2 here. So we started in the cell and we want to go down to C7. So that means we're going to do some calculations. And we want to multiply this number here by a particular percentage. All right, cool. That's easy. But the C1, or we have to okay, so we take the value from here, we're referencing it here, and we want to take this amount and divide it by that. But when you use it, when you go down, you have to use the fill handle. If you're using the fill handle, you have to make sure that you're always referencing the C1 every single time. So that means we have to use the dollar signs to lock this C1 in place. So you have to use absolute cell referencing to take this number, divide it by that number, multiply by 100 and store it inside here, but it has to replicate here, 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 here. Okay, understand. I hope you do too. So we're going to put equal sign B2 divided by dollar sign C dollar sign 1. Percentage is calculated by the salesperson's order amount divided by the total multiplied by 100. Okay, so then we bracket that off and then we multiply by 100. I think that should be it. Let me see. See if I write it in here. So if I say, I'm just going to clear out some space here. So if I say equal B2 divided by the value that I have in C2, but I have to lock the C2 in place, then I multiply by 100. That will mean that once I fill handle that, this will change to B3 on the next turn. But the same slash will be there, so it'll be dollar sign C dollar sign 2. Multiplied by 100 right here, and this will repeat all the way down the road. Yeah, because absolute cell referencing will do that. Nice. Yep, that's good. All right, this question seemed hard at the start. It looked daunting because it was a pivot table, but it wasn't that hard in the end. Once you understand anything about pivot tables, you could kind of go through this and make sense of it. That was cool. All right, so that is good. That's question number 2.
So it's that time of the year again, and it's time for crash courses, for IT crash courses, to prepare for the CSEC and CAPE examinations. This year we have multiple crash courses, all sorts of different levels, all sorts of different things that you could get, and that will cater to meet anybody's needs. So the first level is basic. Basic is going to give you just the video alone, which is a video that goes through the entire syllabus and goes through all of my notes that I use for my classes, step by step, slide by slide, and explaining every slide and kind of stopping and focusing on certain things so that you'll be able to understand the whole syllabus from start to finish. The videos will be broken up into 3 sections for CSEC, which will be theory, then productivity tools, and then algorithms and programming. For CAPE, everything will be broken up into modules, module 1, module 2, module 3. So that's basic. Standard now gives you the video, but it also gives you a live class that you could come and ask specific questions on a particular date. So the particular dates will be posted on the website, and you'll be able to see when you will be able to come to that live class, and that class will be recorded. In that class, you get to ask any question that you want about the whole syllabus. But it's not a crash course where we go through the whole syllabus, because the video is for that. So it's recommended you watch the video first, and then you come and you find out about the things that you didn't understand clearly or you're not too sure about. That'll be basically a crash course teaching session. Pro now gives you that video, gives you that live class, but it also gives you access to our WhatsApp group where you'll be able to ask questions directly to me while you're studying, while you're with your groups, while you're doing whatever you have to do. If you have a question that you're not too sure about, if you want something explained really quickly, I could just send a quick voice note or send a message, and I'll be able to answer your question on the spot, probably within about 24 hours. And that goes for CSEC and CAPE. All 3 of them have basic, standard, and pro. But for the CSEC people, I have 2 extra things that I created just to meet the needs of people based on what we found out last year. For the CSEC people, we created 2 extra things. One of them is called a theory bootcamp, and the other one is called a past paper sprint. The past paper sprint is 8 weeks of 1 hour of doing a past paper and a multiple choice every week and having it answered, clearly detailed, laid out, and you get to ask questions about your answers, why your answer may be wrong, why your answer may be correct, what CXC looks for, how to answer the questions, things you have to look for. The past paper sprint is for that, and it's for 8 weeks starting from April all the way till the end of May. And the next one is called the Theory Bootcamp. The Theory Bootcamp is where I recorded some very in-depth videos that go through the entire syllabus word for word. Meaning every single word that the syllabus says, I touch on it and I try to explain what is being said there and what is being asked and what they want you to know. And then give you illustrations and sort of give you a kind of guideline on, okay, this is the mind of CXC when they wrote the syllabus, and this is where your mind has to be in order to be able to answer questions properly. So the Theory Bootcamp is 12 videos that goes through every single thing in the theory in greater detail. But it's not as much detail as a real class, but there's enough detail to let you know this is the syllabus, these are the things that they want you to know. So if you want to register for any one of these packages or bundle all of them together in the Ultra package, you could check out makeITsimpleTT.com/register, and you'll be able to register for whichever one you want. Or you could go to makeITsimpleTT.com/crash course, and you'll be able to see all the information, all the different things, and you'll be able to choose the one that's best for you. At the end of the day, the real goal is to make sure that students are equipped. And that's why we created so many different levels and so many different things. So you choose what you want and you get what you need to make sure you do well in your exams. Because I don't know about you, but I just look forward to all the messages that come out in August and September when people saying, wow, I got a 1 because of this, or I understand IT better and I want to use this as my career. Because at the end of the day, I just want the Caribbean to be better at IT so that we'll be self-sufficient when it comes to technology.